terrible job explaining it earlier. Yes.
It's a medical spa because we do non-invasive medical procedures.
There we go. See, she did that much better than me.
It's not a spa, so you're not going to get your mani-pedis, you're not going to get your massages, you're not going to get anything like that. All of our facials are medical grade. Here we go.
No, white stain me. Because that's not here. Jesus. She said Jesus.
Enjoying walking around all over the place with her. You're seeing all the angles and faces of her. She have her ratchet side, she have her posh side.
Don't see the ratchet side yet?
Oh
my God.
Well, you will. Stay tuned.
What's up, everybody? It is time for another episode of What Would Denyque Do? And today I am talking about soft life. And we're not talking about just Instagram soft life. We're talking about actual soft life. We're debunking myths about what it is to be a mother, what it is to be a mom versus hot girl phenomenon, where apparently when you're a mother, you are not supposed to be good looking. I don't really know where that came from. But I had to call on my girl, Victoria, who is a pretty awesome, can I call you a chef? Yeah.
Chef?
Or a foodie? Foodie.
I've recently become a chef.
There we go. There we go. Vic, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. All right, so what does soft life mean for you? That's the first question.
Honestly, I feel like a soft life for me just means not having to worry. Like, I don't have to worry about anything. Bills, clearing my Amazon card.
Very important. So people don't understand how important
I know.
my Amazon card's at like $2,000 right now.
I feel like I'm always clearing. Every day I'm like, oh, I need this. Not having to worry about anything, like supermarket, the simplest stuff. Just like not having to worry.
Just financial stability, financial security. To not even have to second guess, like, you know, what that is. And then is it that, how are your views on independence versus, you know, having that being done for you? Like, you know, being provided for?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very big on it having been provided for.
I know that's right. Talk to me
while
nice.
Still being independent.
Right, because that's important.
So I feel like that's the dynamic with my partner and I. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and you know, he always, like, our agreement was he would do the work, you know, bring the money home, and I would stay home and take care of our kids.
I feel like that's how it's supposed to be.
So do I.
Yeah, I'm one of those girls. I just feel like that's how it's supposed to be because, you know, there's a balance. The problem is now that I'm having is that there are all of these podcasters and there are all of these just people. Let me not limit it to podcasters because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm picking on them. Yeah. But like just people in general are always talking about this table. Like, what do you bring to the table? My question is always, where the fuck did the table come from? Why are we talking about a table? Like, I never ever understood that. Because I feel like, okay, so we're not gonna be, it's not like back in the 50s when our parents or our grandparents were, you know, dad went out and did all of the work, hubby did all of the work, and, you know, he comes home to nothing. Like, I think that's the problem. So everybody's playing defense, in my opinion. And nobody's really saying, because the girls aren't saying, but this is what you're gonna get for it. And then at the same time, I'm like, why do I have to tell you what you're gonna get?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it should just be like an unspoken truth.
I think so too.
You know,
I think so too.
I think that's what it should be.
Right now, though. I'm in my soft life era. I'm in my soft girl era. Okay, as you guys can see, Victoria's in her soft girl era. Okay, if I ever end a date, no more big dog. Okay?
No, that's not.
No big dog. That's just not the way. All right. So another thing I've always heard is about being a mom, especially after becoming a mom myself the first time. And you're a mommy.
Yeah.
You're a mommy. So it was always like, you can't do this or you can't do that. Do you get that?
I wouldn't necessarily say I get that. I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty young mom, you know.
How old are you, if you don't mind?
25.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm probably the youngest one out of like everybody that I know that's like a mom. So I feel like it's different for everybody, but I feel like also we're in such a different space where I don't really get the conversation of, oh, like you can't do this or you can't do that. It's more like my mom friends are like, yeah, you know, like
cheering you on.
Yeah, cheering me on, and they're cheering themselves on. And I feel like being a mom also, it's like so much different outlooks. Like I love being a mom. Like being a mom is like,
same.
such
It's
a
the most-
passion for me. I love it. I love everything. I love the art projects. I love everything. Like, I get excited. But then it's so funny that talking to some of my other mom friends, some of them are just like, they're like, oh, how do you find being a mom? I'm like, I love it. And they're like, really? And I'm like,
Yeah, I get that look
yeah.
too. I get that look too, girl. Like they just don't understand. They just don't get
Yeah.
it.
So, I mean, I guess it varies for everybody. But no, I don't know. For me, wanting to be a mom, it was always like in my plans. And I was like, I'm always going to be a young, hot mom. Like, I want to be a MILF.
Right.
Like, who doesn't want to be a MILF?
No, that's right. Not for real. Who doesn't want to
Who
be a
doesn't want
MILF?
to be a MILF?
And okay, so you are definitely off the belief that you can be a mom and be all those other things too.
You should be. Yeah. You should be. Why not?
So that's okay. So we've debunked those two because I agree with you 100%. We're on the same page where that's concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of wish you were against me so we could kind of debate it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but no. I'm loving this. Okay, so what has it been like for you? Like just really diving into being a new mommy, being a young mommy. Because how old is your son, if you don't mind?
He's 1.5.
There we go. So he's pretty fresh.
Yeah, he is. He is. Honestly, like, I can't say I've really had any bad experiences so far. Like, my son is great. He's honestly a really good baby too. So that could be a big part of it.
You know
like,
that's a trick, right?
He's...
Sorry, I'm just warning you from now.
No, he's a troublemaker, you know, but I love it. Like, I live for the trouble. I live for the mischief. Like, when I see him giving trouble, I just laugh because I think it's so funny. Like, I'm like, don't do that. But then I'm like, that's so funny.
Well, you know, if ever you decide to have another one, it's a trick. It got me. My son was amazing. He was so good. And my daughter's a terrorist.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
No, but the thing is, he is a terrorist. But I just find it funny. Like, I literally find it so funny. Even though I'm like, oh my gosh, don't do that. But then I'm just like, it's so funny that you're doing that. You know, I don't know. It's so different from me. And you know what? I prayed for a rude baby, and I got a rude baby.
Look at you
like,
praying for.
Who yeah, like
for
I
a rude
wanted
baby,
like
Victoria?
Because I feel like I've been around babies that are just like. When I say he's good, I mean like he's not a cry baby. Okay. Like he's not like whiny or fussy or cry. Yeah. So he has a huge personality. He's a very naughty. Like he always keeps up with the
he's
most.
A boy.
Yeah, he's a typical boy. But I love that. Like I find that so funny. Like I really wanted my first to be a boy.
Same.
So that I could like experience that, and then you know, so that he could be protective for like you know a little sister or their sibling.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. I just love it. I live for all the.
So you take him on adventures and stuff, like you take him outside. You take him
yeah.
No, because listen, this is another thing that I see. Like so many people are doing this iPad. We're in the iPad generation right now. Like everybody. I mean, my kids get screen time. You know.
Yeah.
A lot of screen time.
Yeah. So does my kid. I do give him his iPad. He's really not that interested. He's probably really too young for it. Also,
thing. I feel like it's a boy thing.
Yeah, probably. But he's all for just playing with a box, like. I'm like, you have all these toys.
What do we get them for birthday and Christmas? I'm like, boxes.
Yeah,
Just
or a remote.
Supermarket or a remote. Oh my God, you're so right.
Yeah.
Why do they love those things so much?
I don't know.
Yo, that is crazy to me. Okay, another thing that I really, I practice, I really believe in, I really believe in growth. I really believe in constantly and consistently choosing to grow because I feel like that's how you're gonna transition from being an adult to being a grown-up. And it starts with loving yourself. And I mean, I remember when I was 25, that was one of the decisions I made for myself. And to step into that, self-love was big for me. It was a journey. It's still a journey. It never ever stops. But what's that like for you?
It's so funny because a while ago, like on the way here, Greg was like, if Hype was a person, because I was taking selfies in the car and he was like, people can see you, right? And I was like, well, if they looked like me, they'd be doing the same thing.
No, that's right. Okay.
So I feel like...
Good. I'm going to use that. No, that is my new thing. If they look like me, then they'd be doing that too.
I feel like, I don't know if this sounds bad or not, but I've never really struggled with like not loving myself.
Right.
Like my mom was like, I'm super close with my mom.
My next question, yeah.
And she's just always just like, she's like obsessed with us. Like just like how I'm obsessed with my kids. Like I think I get it from her, like that whole motherly thing. Like she's definitely like one of those mommies that's like, stay home from school, guys, let's play. Like, and I'm like, what's
wrong with you?
like,
lady?
Yeah. So I think I got that from her, and she's always been like, always instilled in us that we're literally the shit.
You're worthy. Your
Yeah.
self-value needs to be high. Yeah, my mom used to always tell me to be better than her. And I never really understood it till as older.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And I understand it more now as a mommy.
Having kids, because you want like...
Exactly.
And even like, because I have a little sister, so I'm like, learn from my mistakes. Like, you're at college, like, you know, make sure. No, honestly, she's so good. Like, I swear I have the perfect siblings.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
my little sister and little brother are just like angels. Like, everybody that comes around, they're like, where do you get your siblings from? I'm like, I don't know. They're honestly just angels. But like, she's at school in Miami, and she has like just got 4.0 GPA, all of that, while still like going out and having a good time. And I'm like, that wasn't me. I'm happy. I'm glad you learned from my mistakes.
Back at the class. Oh my gosh. Okay, so for you, self-love is really pouring into yourself in that way.
Yeah.
And you know,
and my
because you
loved
had
ones.
Yeah. And of course, you know, I have a bigger mommy.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice
Always.
job, mom. And of
Always.
course, we have to, because I feel like that's so important. Like, if you were to ever have a daughter, I'm calling it down. I'm calling on the God's daughters for you. How do you think would be a good way for you to pour into her? Like, give me some examples of what your mom did for you, that when it, and like at points that they really hit you. Because sometimes, like for me, a lot of the stuff didn't hit me until I became a mommy.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh shit, I get it. Oh, that's why you did that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just instilling certain morals in your kids. You know what I mean? And like from their young, from their babies. And then especially for girls, just like teaching her self-worth and letting her know that, like, listen, I mean, I feel like a big part of it, and this might sound superficial, but it's also like just knowing that nobody can give her anything that she's not, like, she doesn't already have. You know what I mean? Or not even necessarily already have, but like nothing is gonna like frighten her. Like, so if a guy's like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, she's not gonna be like, oh my God, like somebody's telling me, you know, like she's already confident. She's confident in who she is and her own person.
And providing an environment for that, I think, is really important.
Exactly.
Because I remember even though my mom and dad used to like foster that for me too, and they'd really try to keep me in this space that I was protected, but you know, there were still people, because I used to love looking in the mirror as a kid. Love it. Like I walk past every anything that shows a reflection, I am looking in it. I am checking myself out. And I used to just always hear, oh, you're so vain, you're so vain, you're so vain. And my mom used to always like cut it down, like, no, she's fine, leave her alone. Leave her alone. She's good. But I was the only one of my siblings that did that. How many siblings do you have?
3. So I have an older brother, a little sister, and a younger brother.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's kind of like my dynamic. I'm the baby, but I have an older brother and an older sister.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So it was like debunking that. And I agree with you. I feel it's so important for us to pour into our kids that way too.
Yeah.
And try as best as we can. Because, you know, when they go out into the world, they're going to meet more people than us.
Yeah, sure.
They're going to experience other people.
Yeah.
And then they're going to probably want to challenge us, because I challenged my dude. What's it like with you, Mom, when you were growing up? You did bad? Were you like a...
No, because my parents were really strict.
Damn.
Yeah,
my dad was. My mom was more lenient. She was strict too, but she was more lenient than my dad.
My mom's lenient now. I mean, and I know that sounds crazy, but I say now meaning like within the past couple of years. So with me, my parents were very, very strict. But then with my little sister, it's like, live your life. And I'm like... Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah. It's a baby thing. It's a
last thing. My parents were very strict with me, so I feel like I never had much room to do anything. I mean, I did sneak out a couple times, because if I didn't, my curfew was 12:30. Like, that doesn't work in Jamaica.
Must be nice. Must be nice. Mine was 10.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay, so that's super strict.
First of all, I'd be getting ready to go out, and my dad is like, "Where are you going?"
Yeah.
No, you're not going to a party, no.
Yeah.
No, you're staying home.
Yeah.
And I'd have to beg. Like, there were times where my mother would have to sneak me out of the house. Yes. It was beautiful. It was like, now when I look back at stuff like that, I'm
like, oh, thanks, Mom.
Yeah. I'm sorry I told you that one time that I hated you. Yeah. Did not mean it. Yeah. So, you know, no, I remember.
No, I feel that
meltdown with my mother. Like, I'll never forget it. I wanted to go to the movies so bad, because there's this guy that I really liked at school.
Right.
And he asked me out. And I didn't want to tell my parents that, because they were so strict. And my dad literally, the first time I kissed, it needs to be my husband. That was his motto.
Right, yeah.
So telling them, I'm going to, and my mom says, no, you can't go to the movies.
Yeah, I mean, I've had many of those times. Many of those
the
times.
fuck
I feel like having strict parents and growing up in Jamaica is so like hard because you have all your friends and they're going out
And
from
you
their
can't call the
15,
police on
16.
them.
No, exactly.
You can't. You cannot.
It's so true.
It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
that you know?
Yeah.
That you know. But yeah, yo, it was crazy to me. But a lot of now, I'm telling you, and you're gonna see it too. When Carter gets older, because my son is 4 now, and like I'm telling you, like I get it. Like there were times when my mother would say certain things to me, and I would honestly like stop. Like it's because you don't want me to go
Yeah,
out.
no, for sure.
I was like,
For sure.
No, it's like
No, definitely, 100%. I agree with that.
fine.
There's a lot of stuff that our parents have said to us that it's like, now that we're older, we're like, thank you for being so strict with me, first of all, because I'm glad I turned out the way I did. And I'm glad the way my life is going. Like, I'm so happy. So now I appreciate all those things.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy my parents were strict with me.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
happy that even though my parents weren't as strict as my sister, they didn't need to be strict with, you know?
But
So
you
it's
know,
like,
they say your parents are most ready for the last kid.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes
And
sense.
you'll see. Because now, and it sounds bad, but I pour a lot more into my daughter because I feel like I was more ready for her. Like my son, I love my son so much.
Yeah.
He's amazing. You know, tell the baby mother. Maybe we'll go to jail for my son. Okay. Big up Shensia. No, but for real, yeah, it's like the because you're learning too.
Oh, yeah,
And you're
100%,
growing too, and you're making your
100%.
mistakes. And I feel like a lot of the times too, did you like, was it hard for you? And I know you say your mom poured into you and your dad poured into you, which is good. But was there ever a time where you felt like they just did the best they could with what they knew how? Like, you feel like there are any mistakes that they made that you don't want to make with your kid? Well, not really mistakes, but there we go.
Discipline-wise. Like, discipline-wise,
They were too
for
strict.
sure. No, okay, like, discipline-wise, okay, when it comes to, like, school and, like, schoolwork, like, my mom was very lenient. And when it came to, like, activities or, like, you know, just something for a kid to do, to grow and, like, be consistent at and keep at and like be good at something. My mom was like super lenient. So like ballet, violin, stuff like that. It was like, okay, like I want to stop. And she's like, okay, baby, sure. Like, no, like now I'm the most inconsistent person in the world because of my mom. And I tell her all the time, I'm like, I wish you were more like strict with me with that. So like with Carter now, I'm super militant. No, you get home, you do your schoolwork, you study for an hour, and then it's free time.
And then it's free time. Yeah.
You know,
My
like
dad
that kind
was
of
like
thing.
That. My dad was like that too, and he was like, he bought me a keyboard, he bought me a piano, did piano lessons, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And he was like, okay, what do you want to do? And I was like, I want to play guitar. He bought me a guitar. Played guitar for like a month.
Yeah.
Don't want to do it anymore. So there was like no stick-to-itiveness. And the things that I really wanted to, like I really want to play sports. So I was like, I want to play football. And he was like, no, it's when they get a girls' football team, then he can play. But then he still ended up buying me a ball. And whatever. But there was no like, just like you said, I'm very inconsistent now because
I'm so inconsistent now. And I tell my mom all the time, I'm like, this is your fault. Like, I can't stick to the gym because of you. Like,
okay. You cannot blame mommy for that. Get away from here.
No, but it's literal. It's literally just gone back to just being consistent with something. Like anything at all. Like I'm just so inconsistent, and it's so bad.
Is that something that you work on within yourself, though? Like,
I've been trying so hard. Yeah, trust me. Like because I acknowledge it.
Good. So, but what gives you the issue? Like, so you acknowledge it, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna fix this.
Everything. I'm literally inconsistent with everything in my life. Like, I'm not consistent with anything. Even my food blog. Like, I have so much content that's so good. And have I posted anything? Nope. Do I love it? Yeah, but I'm just inconsistent.
You know what? I believe too. So accountability is good. And I'm happy that you've acknowledged the fact that you're inconsistent. But I have this thing that I do where it's, you acknowledge something, then you decide, okay, am I going to fix it? And when you do decide you're going to fix it, then you commit to the work.
Yeah.
But it's the commitment that's really the fucked up part, because that's what gives people the issue.
Yeah.
Because you feel like, okay, you take 5 steps forward, you take 2 steps back, but you're like, okay, 2 steps back, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Right. But you're like, it's still 3 steps ahead, so you can just pummel through.
That's true. That's true. I mean, with anything in life also.
Yeah.
But consistency is key for everything.
For everything. No. Listen. I was like that too. I understand. Not like now, even for the gym, like my goal is discipline and consistency.
Yeah,
Because
right.
what I used to do was just set goals for myself. Like I'd be like, okay, I want to look like this in 3 months, and I'd go hard. Like I go ham. And then when I look like I want to look, I stop.
Yeah. I feel like that was me, especially after my pregnancy. I was like, like I'm not looking like this. There's no way. Like,
and then you get into your head, and you're just like,
of course. So then I ended up going really, really hard and just getting like really skinny. Like I was so skinny. Like I was like, where did my bottom go? I need it back because I am not Victoria without my bottom.
Yeah,
like,
I know that's right.
Like I'm not. So I mean, I ended up like just doing a bunch of cardio, just like lose all the fat and you know that extra weight after pregnancy. And then I wasn't weight training, so I ended up losing. I just got like really skinny, and I loved it for a second because I was like, I can wear like really short skirts and like that little skinny girl look.
Yep, absolutely.
So I liked it for a second, and then now I'm like, gotta get that bottom back.
There we go. So you're okay. Well, you're not in the gym now, are you?
No.
Are you? Okay.
No. But I've been meaning to start back for the past 2 months.
That's fine.
Inconsistency.
You know how long it took? You know what got me to start the gym back? So I stopped the gym I went to before because it was just look. I need fresh air. I need to be. So I found that at a new gym.
Right.
That was, it was almost like it's in nature because I love nature. I love plants. I like being around the earth. I like grounding and stuff like that. So I found this new gym, and the only reason that I go to the gym now is because it's close to my kids' school.
Yeah, well, that's
So
convenient.
there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Like I drop them, and it's either I'm going to go left to go home, or I'm going to go right to go to the gym. So so that keeps me now, and I feel like maybe
eventually
when you get there.
Yeah.
But it's always that one thing, and I just feel like too sometimes don't force yourself. I feel like sometimes when you force yourself, that's when. But what's the difference between forcing ourselves and then demanding that we do better?
Yeah, I was gonna say like don't force yourself, but force yourself also.
Yeah, it's like
you still have
what's
to
the difference?
Give yourself that push.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, whatever it is, if it's something that you want to do and you give yourself that push, you're gonna be happy at the end.
Solid advice.
You're gonna be happy at the end.
I'm just saying, solid advice. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, all right. Last thing that we're gonna talk about, and this is very important. Okay.
I'm scared.
No, don't be scared. Why is everybody scared of me? Don't be scared. Okay, what are your views on battery-operated boyfriends?
Wait, what? Like what?
Like vibrators and stuff like that.
Oh.
Like, what are your views on that? Listen, I asked her before we started, babe, is anything off limits? She's like, no, Denyque, we're good. Or you keep it light. Keep it quick. No pressure. Are they yes or no?
I mean, they're great, I guess.
No, you can't say I guess.
I mean, I don't know.
You have to be confident in your answer, Victoria.
I mean, okay, I don't know. I guess it varies. Like I'm in a relationship.
Right.
So maybe maybe when I'm not in a relationship, then great.
Okay.
But I feel like
so you're that girl. You don't need that. Like I'm a man. My man is doing what he needs to do.
Yeah.
I do not need any help.
Yeah, I feel like I'm good.
But depending on what it is, you say yes to them. As in, they're a yes. They're necessary.
Yeah,
in life.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I think Vicky, thank you so much for talking to me, Mama.
Of course.
I appreciate you. And I love the fact that we shed light on just a whole different side of the coin.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's very important, especially in Jamaica too. It's very important. So thank you, Mama.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
you.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. And you'll be back with your food blog.
Anytime.
Ma'am, okay? Definitely, guys. This is What Would Denyque Do? That was Victoria. Such a pleasure talking to her. And of course, up next, it's all about Sweatcheck, and you are going to see her sweat, okay? Stay with us. All right, guys, it's my favorite part of the show. This part is called Sweatcheck, and I have my girl, Victoria.
Hi.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so rules of the game. Sweatcheck is 5 questions. You have 3 seconds to answer the first 4 questions each, right? You can choose to pass or play.
Okay.
If you pass, you have to take a shot. If you play, you have to be honest.
Okay.
The last question, you're gonna get a little more time to answer.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I think so.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Are you sure? You need to take a deep breath.
Okay, let's
Okay, question number 1. What is the worst sign that you've ever dated?
Oh man, I'm so bad with signs.
Okay, the month of the worst person you've ever dated. What's the month? What's their birth month?
August, but the ending of August.
Oh God, a Virgo. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Virgo. Okay, all right. Okay, not bad. We're warming up. What's your favorite sexual position?
Oh God.
3.
I mean, I guess back shot.
I know that's right. Yeah. Okay. Craziest thing, and I want full details. I'm switching number 5 to number 3. Craziest thing you've ever done in a relationship as a mad girl.
Craziest thing.
Craziest thing.
I don't really think I've done that much crazy stuff, to be honest.
Okay.
Maybe like
As a boring
beat
girl.
down a door, let myself in.
I know that's right. I've
Yeah.
never done that, so you beat me. Okay, all right. You get a pass. Okay. You get a call that your man is somewhere he's not supposed to be. What do you do?
Calling him?
To Victoria. What?
I don't know.
I can just imagine your face. Okay. We're dragging this out. So you call him, he doesn't answer. What do you do?
Showing up?
You just pop up, but you don't know. Oh no, you do know where he is.
I know where he is.
You do know where he is.
Yeah, I'd probably pop up.
So you just pop up, and when you pop up, what do you do?
Be like, hey, what's up? What you doing? I'd be very calm on the outside.
Oh, you're that girl. Okay.
No, just on the outside.
Just on the outside.
I'm like,
okay, so
feeling.
you've killed him in your head like a million times already.
Yeah, not in public, just
Not
like
in public.
in
Just-
private.
Okay. All right. Last question.
Okay.
Last time you got head, how many times did you come?
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Can't answer that. Pass.
Yes! I just love this stomping. 4 out of 5, I'm telling you, I am on a roll. Nobody gets 5 out of 5 with me. You crazy? Stick around for Immediately No, where you hear all the things that we say immediately no to when it comes to our men and ourselves. All right, so I thought that was a pretty great show. I just wrapped up with Victoria. And now it's time for my second favorite, because Sweatcheck's my favorite. But I love this part because it's literally us as just human beings putting our foot down about certain things. And these are my views, these are my opinions, and these are things that I feel. So Immediately No, it is time. Loving someone more than your kids. Immediately no. Loving a man or loving a woman more than you love your own kids. Immediately no. How can you do that? I feel like that comes from unhealed trauma. I feel like that comes from stuff that needs to be addressed within yourself. So if that goes for you, I really hope you take the time to heal and just take the necessary steps. It starts with self-awareness and it starts with accountability. Let's do this. Loving someone more than you love yourself. Immediately no. Hell, I've been there. It's an immediately no. We don't do that. It's great. It's okay to love someone, always okay, but it's not okay to love someone more than you love you. Like, loving you is the foundation. That's the basis of how you love. So when you pour into someone more, it takes away from you. So you always have to remember to refuel you every single time as humans. So that's how I pour. I'm a natural nurturer. I'm a big lover. I love to love, and I pour into people 100%, but I also have to take a step back and pour back into me, refuel me, take my time to breathe and rest. Trying to change someone, immediately no. Stop. Been there, don't do it. Allow people to change because they want to change. Because if someone changes for you, you're gonna hear about it. They're gonna say, but I did this for you. And that is one of the worst things that somebody could ever say. Like, nah, do it for yourself. Allow them to change for them. Staying with someone because people think you guys are perfect together, immediately no. Nobody outside of your relationship should have that much of a hold over your relationship. If you're unhappy, if that person doesn't please you, if that person doesn't make your soul literally feel like it is the most peaceful, immediately no, you gotta let it go. You gotta be like Elsa and let it go, let it go. Not leaving someone just because you're worried about what other people will think of you, immediately no. I heard this thing in an interview once where a woman said it's always easier to stay in a toxic relationship, in a bad relationship, in a relationship that's run its course because that's what you know. Staying is easy because it's what you know. But staying is also more hurtful. Leaving is hard, but it's also better for you because you're taking this chance to learn you, to become better, and to just fulfill who you are and fulfill your purpose.